Gonna give it a little time. It's not even 10 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. Got about 4 minutes till the top of the hour, which will be 10 a.m. I want to back test a little bit down here on NQ before we do anything else. I want to be in and out, but that was our daily right here, right? Getting down here, almost hit this, right? This is the first back test. We're gonna have some news later too. So plus we have more news. So it's not time to like just bear up and get puts and all the other stuff. I mean, if you didn't get them at the open, then yeah, it's a little late for that trade because everybody got in all the supply right here. They're gonna sell along with everybody right here. But the news was okay. Now tomorrow they're gonna have more news about tariffs and all other stuff. So we got some data tomorrow. Shell says year to date we have seen around 1 BP oil produced. Okay, yes. Chicago PMI 47.1 versus expectations of 42. Previous was 40. So I'm good. Damn, my puppy wants to go outside, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. We still got some time. I don't buy before 9 o'clock, to be honest, or 10 o'clock. So even if this is a reversal, I still, and I wouldn't trust the high either. I come back and retest it, but let's see here. Right here, that's a nice reversal right before 10 o'clock. Let's see, but it's before 10 o'clock, and that does not align with 10 o'clock, does it? Does that mean short, short, short? No. My daughter's like, you should play video games. Comes in here. You should play video games. Ah, that's cool. So do we retest the highs? We cleared this. And we could have went as low as that. We didn't hit that either. Oh, the way they left that up, that's overnight, isn't it? We got non-farm payroll. That's daily. And it's just easier to look at when you have it on daily and you can zoom in. I expect some price. Actually, I might not even trade this, honestly. Let's see. My trust me, bro indicator's not going off. Trust me, bro. Let's. But trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. There are. Go like this. For later, we took. All right, so we are at the top of the hour now. Cross that threshold. Not really catching a bid so far because I want to take a long. What y'all didn't see was I shorted a little bit, but I don't want to overtrade either. Some people, some people they'll trade like I don't know, just repetitions, 80 trades, 90 trades. It's like no, man. You do have a higher. Well, you can. It depends on how fast you're cutting your losses, but To me, that's just that type of scalping is too much for me. Few trades that I could see that could make a few handles, more than a few handles. 1001. Look at that candle. See this reach above. That'd be nice. Why would we catch a bid here, though? You gotta ask yourself, why would we catch a bid here? The VWAP boys are. I need that 46. What would 46 handles be up here anyway? Here, 40. Oh, so they're saying 70. That's how they measure it. It'd be up here is what they're looking at. But I don't go by VWAP. We don't do the VWAP. Well, I know how to do the VWAP. I'm thinking we go up. I want to take a small. I might take a small position here with some micro or something. What's it? Nice. Yeah, it would be nice tight stop. I ain't worried about it if I do it. I want to take a long. What the heck? That is a. That's not what I want. It's not giving me what I want. That's weird. It's right here. Yeah, I gotta turn this guy down because he can be annoying. They all can be annoying actually. It's not just him. All right, let's see the view whoppers. What is that time? I want to see a back test. Just a little back test from this. Not much. But why did it go down there? That's what we gotta see. What was it seeking down here, and did it get what it sucked? Did it get what it wanted? Got this. Let's see. What below it? Non-farm payroll could bring it lower. I'm thinking a lot lower. Sure, off that high. Was that a seasonal top? Or are we going to be just leaving that for like a week or two? Because you could have an all-time high up there for weeks. If it was a bear market, you would have to wait months or a year. So I think an average bear market lasts, what, 18 months? That's why people are in no rush to short tops. It's like, no, no, no. I want to go long, but the time is not aligning for me. What I will do, I want to go long for the earnings, but it's got to make that weekly wick, doesn't it? And yes, there's other reasons why we're going down off the all-time high like this. I actually like that. Just leave it 200 points up, just shy of that 23 850. I like that. Everybody's like, oh man, I want puts. Well, that's fine, but is that going to be the weekly wick? Because you only got one more day for the weekly wick, right? Just one more day. We'll leave this up here. I'll be back in an hour. I can't really see it unless I backtest this and get some nice rejection off here. This is NQ. This is the NQ. Let's see. I'm not using my I'm not using X today. Probably will later, but not today. After earnings. Got one on Rumble, one on Twitch. I do appreciate that. That does look like a little bear trap, doesn't it? Okay, so we ticked over it. Did we tick over that just now? Not quite. What's it worth risking? That's my question now. Yep, that's what that was. So how high? Right here. I already know where I get out, which is 751. PMI wasn't that bad, was it? Chicago PMI. I prefer to wait. Even at 1 o'clock. And the reason why I prefer to wait is because right here, right in here, I almost missed it. But I was like, yeah, they're selling. And I didn't get like right in on time. I love those guys. I got in right here, bro. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I only made like 20 points down. Or no, I made more than that. I made 20 handles down. I didn't even have time to put my stop loss in. So I must have got in up here at that break. It was so fast I couldn't put a limit order in, so I had to FOMO it and put a market order, and that's probably why I didn't see it. That's why I'm thinking they didn't give me the whole fill. So I did capture a lot of it, but I didn't capture this. I didn't capture that. And there's some people that can't, and sometimes I will, but I had to see it. I don't want to be blinded. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some people that probably shorted London, like legit shorted London up here. Let me explain how they had done it. Not a lot of people are going to short right here, but a lot of people are going to take profits right here, right? So the thesis is if they're going to take a lot of profits right here, why not just hang out here and see if it comes back in and goes over this, goes down right here. Will the market maker allow it? Will the market maker allow it down? Right here, change the price delivery. I know ICT explains a little bit different, but anytime I see this right here, change the price delivery. So what do? You could short here and wait all the way up here, or give it time. What do I mean by that? This right there, right before 5 o'clock. Right? Obviously, you're not going to be there right at 5. But 5 o'clock offered something too, didn't it? Right here. And a failure to reach above that. That's what 5 o'clock offered. A little bullish on the 5. See if there's a retest by why does 5 look so much more? Am I reading the same thing? Yeah, I was about to say that. Almost. See, that's why I say I'm gonna wait. Already made money. Made some pretty good money. But that was that wasn't really luck, to be honest with you. That was just anticipation of people that already were in meta, people that bought the market overnight. But 5 o'clock was pretty good. For the reversal happened earlier than that, didn't it? Some people, like myself, would have probably waited. I might not have been able to catch that. I did take the stop that I was long in last night. Eventually. And that was 30 handles. Remember when I said I'm just going to put a stop in and go to bed because I'm tired? And I was just talking into the ether. That's part of my journal. You know? So no, I didn't sell the top last night. I stopped out last night. But what time did I get stopped out? I got stopped out early. Because I remember moving it up. All I have is order. The order was filled. Oh, I'd have to look. Let's see. Anyway, that's why you don't short those kind of moves. Right off the bat, you gotta be patient. I mean, imagine waiting all night for that, you know, just to get this, and you know it's gonna go back up probably. So that's why, I mean, when you short, you can't. Shorting is short term. So here's that back test. That's why we waited. That almost did look bullish. That would have trapped some people in. They trapped longs right there. So what did we do? We talked it out. Was almost going to hit the buy button? Yeah. Did I? No. Why didn't I hit the buy button? Because we, monthly wick. Oh, yeah. So does it really matter about tariffs? No. Does it really matter about earnings? No. Have we reached the top forever? No. Are we going to successfully back test this? Oh. This is where I'd be interested in. Let's see. These wicks touching here? No. Let's see rejection down here. I want to see a fast rejection, honestly. Because the momentum down was so great. But you don't just leave a high like that. I mean, you can, but let's move our little green line, huh? We're not trend line traders. Somebody's out there like, yes, you are. You're always using the freaking trend line. No, I'm not. I'm not. There's your support, by the way. Right there. But it doesn't have to reset today, does it? No, not today. Gonna be tomorrow? Probably. I hope everybody's okay. Alright. There we go. It looks like a back test. In 30, 15 minutes, that might be the back test I'm looking for. I don't want to use a stop. Remember, we're not trying to go all the way up. Not. Where do I want to get in at? Honestly, I want to see it break above this before I get in. It's not poking its head up yet. Could it be just a chop? Is it just a bare chop? Actually, it could poke its head up here. Hit down there. Listen, I got time. So I am going to leave this up. Probably like the start of the day, start of the night. Everybody's like, this is the start. Most people don't do. Yeah, there's a lot of PGA traders, honestly. It's a lot of us. You're not starting over every day. What you're doing is you're looking back every day. And you're looking back just a few hours to see what it's going to do. Let's see. This could be. I might try micro. Try micro real quick. Throw micro into the ether. We're going to have stop losses. Where is our stop losses? Have we completed this? No. We have not completed that yet. Have we? 10:30? 10:30. You don't buy the tick up, by the way. But what you're doing is you're looking at 6:45 for the best entrance into this. That way you can get out real quick if you have to. And we'll see. Nice tight stop loss. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I gotta stop. Oh well, we're good. It can be scary down here. I've got two. Give me one more. One more. One more. Let's try this real quick. Get three right there. Let's see if this is the bottom temporarily. Bottom should be around here, or what is it? 10? Well, a little bit before 10. Which is not really aligned, does it? Let's stop. We only got three. It doesn't make a new low. We're good. Did it up? It is on top of that range. Comes back. That looks like a secret destroy, doesn't it? Let's see. Out the candles. Remember, we're not looking for all-time highs. We're not looking for an all-time high. I'm not on the wrong side of the trade. Might be. Yeah, it's going back down there. Hold on. I'm about to get stopped out. Stop me out. Let the market stop you out there. Yeah, that got deep. Yeah, that's that seasonal high stuff. Yeah, that's the seasonal high. So we probably got a little bit more growth. Probably go down a little further. I don't know. Hasn't broke it yet, has it? I'm not going to short down here. Don't want to short down there. I want to give it time. More backsies. See what breaks. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to go further. How much further? Well, let's look. How much further are we going to go? What's that initial reaction? Could see this again. 35-ish. I'm not short down here, by the way. We are looking for. Let's see. Okay. Alright. That two. That ain't it. It ain't it. Do start to reverse here. That'd be nice. Might not get what I want. Because they've done a couple bull traps already up here. Let's see if we reverse it all. If I were a market maker, I wouldn't short down here. I'd short up there for non-farm payroll tomorrow. Which would probably be good anyway. But the market's so strong, I can't really. We're up 170 points. I don't know what they're expecting it to do in the morning. It was a good short, but that was just a fast short. Well, I still say it's a bear trap, but we'll see. See if this holds. It's almost 10:30 p.m. I mean 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we'll see. See if we get the rejection down here and just goes reverses. You don't want the all-time high. I don't think it'll touch the all-time high today. Time is 10:29 a.m. Everybody's like, I don't know why we're crashing. You're not crashing. You're still up 150 something points. It's perfectly natural for it to go down. Let's see. But we're not short, are we? No, because that's starting to look like a bear trap in it. So we're not going to try to short this low. We might short that break, maybe. Failure to go back down here. Right there, that looks like a bear trap to me. Average right here, by the way. Should have waited until 10:30. Take one more micro. Let's see. One more micro. Tested it, poked its head up, but it rejected it kind of. Wants to go all the way up. You're not going to get a God candle. Just want to get that. Might not be time for it, so I'll wait. There's that tick. Get this last micro in. Hold on. Yeah, little last micro. That should be it. If it is, it should not come back down too far. Ah, come on. It is not wanting to. Only if it breaks that would I short it. We'll see in a sec. Let's see in a minute. I like the way it poked its head up though. I'd really short up there, but that's just me. Doesn't mean it goes up there, right? The only way I could change my bias if it's broke that low. I can't really change my bias. It could just consolidate for a little bit, but we did have good news yesterday. Everybody wants to talk about hawkish Fed. They were not hawkish. They'll use anything if they're trap inputs or trap shorts or whatever. Fed pal doesn't cow. Alright, let's see. No, because we're going off the high to the low. Ah. Might go down. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it breaks that. If it breaks it, I'll join you. I'll reverse my trade, but it's still high or low. Just draw a line. Straight down. Might get out of this. Yeah, it wants lower, but I don't know how much lower it wants. I don't short bottom, so I'm going to get out for right now. Take the L with my micros. You're a little bit too close there, buddy. A little bit too close for me. That's a seasonal thing. Still hasn't really broke the downtrend either. If it breaks that, I'm going to consider like look back and see if I can't get a short in. Huh. If it breaks, it could break. Could break, but it hasn't broke yet, has it? No. Still a relative equal high, huh? Yep. Still kind of like a bear trap, unless it could break it. Let's see, does it even break the body? It doesn't break the body, it tests the body, but it didn't break the body. Yeah, there it goes. Let's see. That doesn't break that previous. Where are we going with this? Ah, okay, I see you. That back test. Anytime you make 2, 3, 4 big moves like that, I mean, you gotta expect some kind of consolidation and seek and destroy, right? See, it's melandering too long at this relative equal low for today. There's no real buyers yet. Do y'all want cheaper or what? What do y'all want? Ah, there's a relative equal low. That might have been the long I was looking for. Let's see. Don't know. Bias is important. If you do make a new low, that doesn't mean too much. I mean, it does, but you know. It does mean stuff. Hold on. I'm in a trade right now. So I'm quiet. But I don't think we lose everything that we got overnight. Shouldn't lose everything we got overnight. I was thinking more or less they try to sell it off on 2 o'clock or something like that, 3, like they did yesterday. But yeah, that they sold that presser pretty good too. That would have been nice short. Sell the presser, but the other one would have been the other one would have been just to buy up the earnings right before the bell. And there were some people that got that too. Maybe that's what they're going for today. Push it down so we can buy the earnings. Oh, because you got that non-farm payroll too. So you want to wait for a successful back test up here too. Let's see. I don't know, man. Tough call on my part. See how it made the new low? That's why I like trading Asia. All this stuff would already be here. That line does not look right, does it? Smooth the line. Smooth the drawing. Thank you. Still hasn't poked its head up yet, though. That's to be expected. It's not running away. You notice that? It's not running away from it. If we look, we're this far away from the weekly opening gap. Daily trend line's right there. We measured that. I could take that off. Let's see. Not quite down there. There's nothing bearish about this, by the way. See the reaction. I'll put 10 o'clock right here. Right there. Only at 10 too. So it's not a power of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No right there. Just profit takers. But how low are they going to send it or allow it to go down? That's my question. Let's see right here. Hasn't broke trend yet. There we go. But how low is low? Let's look at this. That's daily. I was watching the daily because I don't think they're gonna send it too far low. They might. This is that seasonality trade, isn't it? That's 5 minute one day. We want to do at least three. Gotta go back a little bit. We're gonna find a bid here. Should find a bid here. Could be further down. Doesn't mean we have to sort it. It's only a couple micros. Oh, shortstop. I mean, yeah, a stop run should affect your. It should hurt your feelings, not your bank account. So that's why I don't trust that. Maybe save this for later, right here. Might be what they're doing. I know they're not using that for a daily wick or a weekly wick or a monthly wick. I know they're not going to do that. Yeah, there was nothing hawkish about the Fed yesterday. I don't know why they were saying that. Why'd I have it on 1 minute over here? That is kind of confusing, isn't it? I want to look at the 5. I want to look at that 5. Did retest that low, didn't it? Look down. Come on down. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Break the 600. Break that 600. Break that 600. Break the 600. Breaking the 600. Breaking the 600. Breaking that 600. Don't come back up for a minute. Don't come back up for a minute. What's down here? All right, Bears. Where are we going? 85? After yesterday's drop, y'all are still shorting? Jeez. I don't know, man. Don't know. Y'all are bolder than me. We want to go all the way. Take back all price action from yesterday. Good. It could. It's finally breaking that trend down. Yep. It's finally breaking that trend down a little bit. Don't short the low. It does. Let's see. We're going to hit 600 again. Somebody just text me. And we look back. Because I want to see, is it just that line that we're looking for? Like if you look at it, I don't know if they were just looking for that line. We expected a bounce, right? Expected to bounce off that line. Are you going to want to come down here? That would make sense, wouldn't it? If it breaks it. But it didn't break it, did it? No, just bouncing off of it. Is that where we needed to go? I mean, it bounced perfectly off of that, where we said that it was going to bounce off of. It's not an A+ setup type thing happening right now for me. Let's see. They're like, yeah, man, you're shorting the top. No, we're not shorting the top. Hopefully we got room to run. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Do, 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 do. 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 Back and tested. You're not gonna break it, are you? Are you gonna break it? Let's break it. Come on, break it. Break it. Break it. Anyway. Uh-oh. Guess I got too many minis. What?
I'm hungry.
Got too many what? I'm hungry. Okay, we're gonna get breakfast in a sec. Alright. I gotta go get breakfast. I'm gonna leave this up here. I will see y'all. And you can still have a bullish bias. It just has to be really, really flexible. I'm green, by the way, but I had to work my ass out of that. With micros, by the way. So even when you're, and I didn't want to tell y'all what I was doing because it's like low probability. You don't chase your money back, but I made the money back. Once you know the direction, that's the thing. I know I said that. I mean, I'm up, I'm green, all that good stuff, but it's all from last night. It's not from right now. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be quiet. Let's see the green line. It will go underneath that green line, but how much? That's more than 50%. So let's look at this logically. This right here could actually be the wick for the day. But we have so much time, I don't want to chance it. So let's go back over some of the reasons of why. And yes, my kids are fed, by the way. Breakfast. Uh, she's 10. She can use the microwave, but she doesn't want to. See, that's the 50. And then it's 50. That's the whole thing. That's the whole opening. We're going to go all the way back to Jerome's hawkishness. He was not hawkish, okay? First one. You need to realize that. He wasn't hawkish. If you are bearish, you wait for stuff like this. I'm not bearish at all. And that became invalid, by the way. Remember how it was coming down here and popping up? It's only valid if it goes about that 5 minute. Probably not going to trade until open, which makes more sense considering how I had to screw my way out of that freaking trade that I was in, trying to be long the whole way down. You can't do that. You can't be like, I'm going to be long, man. No. Told y'all I was going to probably join y'all if y'all broke what? This right here. Plenty of room, right? Plenty of room to go down here. To what? This. But can this hold? That didn't hold. So let's see if this holds. It's not the end of the world, guys. People made some serious money. So I'm still bullish. There is a bull in my portfolio, by the way. Alright. Boy, I had to work my way to get that money back. Damn. You should never do that, by the way. That's why I cut off the mic. It's like, okay, let me cut off the mic real quick. Let me do this real quick. Let me degen some things real quick. I think we leave that high, honestly. But I'm not sure. I gotta check the probabilities. The probability is we swept that and we can leave that for August. Non-farm payroll, something. We don't have to get that tonight. There's nothing that says we have to get that tonight. Nothing. We did go in here. Test that, didn't we? Could go a little bit further down, but I wouldn't chance it. Oh, man. That was a bear bull trap one. Oh, that'll happen. That happens. Not financial advice. Ow. Alright, how long have we been streaming here? I'll have to get me one of them little burrito thingies. Okay, that is locked, right? Yeah, it's locked. About I'm kind of using that as a resistance level now. Right there. I want to short there now. No. How deep do you think it'll go? Could go right here. It was over that 5 minute, which is nice. We gotta take out the greedy people, right? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I get more views off of X because I'm on X a lot more, but need to focus on other venues too. Oh man. Might have to go touch grass for a few hours. That took a lot of work getting out of that. No, it wasn't gambling. But it was like trading out to 30 seconds. That's why y'all kept on hearing a whole bunch of noises. You can't keep that up. I see people trying to keep that up off the 30 seconds, but you can't keep that. Like for me anyway, I can't do 30 seconds. It's got to be 1, it's got to be 5, and it's got to be an hour, 15 minutes. Something like that. That does my blood pressure right because I'm not trying to overdo anything. Let's measure this real quick. From here to here, right? 50%. 50%. 617. Just to say, it needs to break that for confirmation. Something like that. Doesn't mean that it doesn't come back in to enter. It's all just a oh no, just anybody know if Rumble you have to have your face? I don't know, that's kind of weird. Let's see, I'm connected to everything. If I wanted more views, I could just go to X. I might do that one day because I got a lot of people that watch it on X. I'm part of a lot of different communities on it, but I can branch out. Need to branch out. Yeah, there were some that off, weren't they? That'll get revisited though. When they do it like that, that'll get revisited. When? I don't know. Not off the top of my head. I'm not a day walker. I like nights. Kids be asleep. Already fed. Clothed. Honestly, thinking about going back out to the beach. Not that far away. So you're in this little channel. Just break it. So the time would be 5 minutes. Right here. And we have that retest, that break. Usually you want to see, that's another thing about trend line. I did do it wrong. This would actually be above that, would be the bear trap. And that was not above that. We're trying to get someplace. Some big boy got stuck. These are profit takers right here, but the big boys are like, waiting, how much stock are they going to sell? So yeah, seasonal weakness too, which is today. Are we going to pull it back a whole point? Well, we already did 1%, didn't we? What? Yeah, it's already down like a percent. It's kind of like in 2022 where it would gap up. And if you were trading at night, you could just either short it down or you could go into the overnight. You could sell overnight too. It just depends. And that does rely on data for biases and all that other stuff. I'm just not a bias type guy. I mean, I'm just not a data type guy. I'm a bias type guy. Dope. Ah, yes, the barcode on a 5 minute. Relative equal highs. But let's see if we can go in there and violate any of this stuff right here and invalidate. Violate and invalidate, gosh darn it. Alright. That is a nice run off that. That's about 320 point, 340 handles from the high to the low of today. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Should be locked. I shouldn't be able to see anything. There we go with that. Touch that. Barely made it out of that. Not gonna take chances. Are we violating that now? We are violating that. We are going lower. Lower. Might take another. Hold on, let me look. Don't want to overtrade. If I overtrade, I'm not going to have a stream night because I'm not going to trade. I know they're not talking about relative equal lows down here. It might be. I'll be right back. I gotta do a few things, but I would if I was short, I would put a stop on it pretty soon. All right. right there, that green line. For those joining me, I had to go do some things. Still have to do a few other things, but I'm only doing Twitch, Rumble, Kick right now. Not a lot of people, but I need to branch out. I have like 300 to 400 people follow me on follow my streams on X, but I need to branch out because not everybody does X. Pretty much done for trading right this second because earlier I overtraded and I had to wiggle my way out on a 30-second chart. Like, ugh. Let's see, that right there. I didn't think it was going to cut in that deep before it did all that. Because, I mean, I thought this was the move. What do we do? 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock's actually a high time, a very high time for reversals. But it didn't want to, did it? Instead, actually, it made a lower. Right here is where I said I'd join you in the short. I had wigwag on my way out because what were we doing? Right here is where I tried to go long at 10, and it just faked me out. So I was like, crap, I can't go short right this second. And I had to wait for the time here, and rejection off the top and down. Everybody's like, that's a double bottom. That's the 1 minute. Which doesn't mean that it can't go higher. Remember this green line that we keep drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing? It's the daily trend line. And sometimes moves like this, that all-time high, have to wait on stuff like this. So we're going to get another all-time high? I personally don't think so. Well, they did, and let's see what they did, because I did not see the move they did up here. And then they just traded that gap right there, which is the daily gap right here. Remember how we highlighted this last night on X and everywhere else, all the other platforms. Remember, this is a resistance area right here. We're getting really close to it. They might not even bring it up there, but we'll see if they do. I'm not too concerned if they do or not. I'm not trading right now. Just going back over. We're doing hindsight trading. If you're joining me, I'm doing the hindsight thing. Let's see. I'm still getting the bots. The return of the bots. Alright. And as soon as I turn on X, I have like 100, 200 people, but they really like FinTwit. I swear they do. I do. But excuse me. But last night it was so glitchy on that. Like Kick, I mean, all the other platforms that I stream on at one time were perfect except for X, and maybe that was an X thing. I don't know. I don't know. They're still always constantly working on stuff. I'd have breakfast burrito too. I did. Had to walk, touch grass a little bit. Oh man. Hope everybody's doing good today. There are a lot of streamers on there though. Well, Rumble's a good place to set up just a stream like a restream. I do like restream, but if I can get the product cheaper from Rumble, why would I use restream? How that makes sense. Let's see. See its reaction up here. I actually bounced up there a couple times. Now they're calling it old support. This is all retail right this second, right here. That's retail. It'll be selling. What do we say? You only need one contract above it, right? And that will stop any amount. So we'll see. It's not real. It's not real resistance. There's never real support. But kind of hairy there, isn't it? I think we're searching for something down there. I just couldn't go along with it all the way down. I gotta see about that because we could watch the FOMC on here too. Put it in a little bubble in the corner while we watch the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the. Well, actually, isn't that still the 5 minute? Yeah, that's still the 5 minute. We need to go back to the 1 minute real quick. Let's do the one real quick. I'll stop talking again in a second. Hold on. Is that 1 minute? Perfect. So yeah, they're using that old resistance, old support, old resistance, and there. I mean, it does have a little bit of what do you call it? Truth to it because old resistance becomes new support, old support becomes new resistance type thing. So we experienced what reaction here, reaction here. We're experiencing one here, but I don't think that's a real. That's not a real resistance area. Your resistance area is right here. All this, because really we could still, if you're a real trend trader, if you were a support and resistance trader, you need to be a trend trader too. I learned all that stuff a long time ago. Go like this. So if you thought it was going to go up, you'd want to get here. It can go on without you up here. Yeah, everybody talking about that was a hawkish Fed. That's not a hawkish Fed. How long have you watched that man talk? That's not hawkish at all. I don't think we could get down here today per se again. That could have very well been the bottom at 11. I don't know. That's 11:16. They might try to do it again. It's an odd number for them to. That doesn't mean, and then you have people right here that are short, but they're like, that was the cap for the entire month, man. We'll get another cap tomorrow. That's true. We shall see. Two things right off the bat, though, even if we do pull back, that body right here, it's above that body. Not the wick. The wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story. Now, Restream does have the AI music though, that I think is cool. Yeah, about after that little fiasco I had about an hour ago, I honestly just don't feel like trading right now because I had to work my way out of that. I don't like working my way out of that stuff. But I did say right here, if that breaks here, I'll join you in the short. But I had to do the 30-second scalps. But I can't see why they did this up here. We'll stop them there because it's been going down for 1 hour, 2 hours, actually about 3 or 4. So if we look at the 4 hour, it should be the wick at the 4 hour, right? Gotta look at that wick. That is a nice retest right there. No real gaps. We were just testing the weekly opening gap. Okay, that's what we had to do. Retest the weekly. Further back you can see it. It all makes sense now after the fact. And see, people would have. Yeah, that was after the fact. That's why I had to wick log on my way out. Could have been going for this right here. Eventually, we could technically body that. Technically. Which wouldn't be out of the question. That's only a few more 100 points down. Again, doesn't have to happen today. Farm payroll's a different day. Let's see. Alright. I'm going to put this on mute again. I do see a few people that joined me on the channels this morning. I usually do the the daily opening gaps, weekly opening gaps. Um, that's just me, so I'm usually later, and I usually spread the word that I'm about to stream. So I'm not going to have a lot of people, but that's okay. It's nice and comfortable. We're nice and comfortable. See how it ticked over that right there? Now we are preaching, I'd say between 12:15, about 15 more minutes, and 30 more minutes. We should see some type of expansion, whether it's up or down. I'm done for the day trading, by the way. We're just watching. Um, when we talked about this being an old sport, an old resistance level, we also talked about down here where it reached. I didn't realize what they were doing, but they reached down into the daily opening, weekly opening gap. Like here, they reached. Here they reached. See, I told you that wasn't a real resistance level, but and that could be reversal, but it shouldn't accelerate too much. I do like that though. We're just gonna hold it. Don't have to overextend myself. It's one thing to do it to a demo account. It's another thing to do it to a demo account and your regular account. So I'm like, no, I gotta slow down. You gotta know thyself. Even if you think it's gonna go up here, even if you think this is a reversal and that was a what do you call it, bear trap, you still wanna take it a little smooth. Get some back test this. See, that's retail. You could tell. Take it back and back test it. Is it really real? Yes, it's real. But Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I was texting somebody on X. Um, Prop firm warriors. Don't necessarily have to have one. They're good to use. You can use paper though, if you really do. Or if you have the willpower. If you ever really want to test your willpower, you do it like now, like I'm streaming, but I'm not trading. Even though I said I think it goes up, and I think it's a high probability. By the way, it's always important to put your stops up. Not financial advice, but it's always good. What was that area that I said earlier that I was thinking it was going to hit? I'm going to have to look down. I got distracted. Got distracted by somebody. Uh-oh, my puppy's got to go outside. Hold on. He always tells me when he's got to go. Trying to get my kids to let him out. Oh, he stopped barking though. But yeah, I had to agree to disagree. I'm not going to knock anybody if they're affiliate or if they just get an influencer pay or something like that. I don't. I'm far away from that. But I am a trader, and this does kind of help just talking it out, really. Just talking it out. Goodness, I am going to have to do something about this puppy. Hold on. Told you it wasn't a resistance level, but it looks like one. And I'll try to use it as support, but that's not going to be it either. The time now is 12:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12:30. Be careful. 1 o'clock and 1:30 are two different shows. If I decide to get back in, it'd be around 1:30 to be honest with you, and I'll be here. What in the world? Hold on 1 second. Oh, that baby pet bull. He's like 6 months now. He when a lot of people were self-deporting and stuff in the United States. People were leaving their pets behind, and we found that when he was like what he couldn't have been there more than 8 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. He barely had any teeth, and he's just walking down the road. We had to rescue the little guy. Break this before. I was trying to make this before 12:30. Yeah, I didn't like the way that made me feel earlier trading like that. Oh, this right here. That's what we were looking at, weren't we? That's first resistance. Second resistance is a wick. Another wick. Not an insufficiency up there. But at 12:30, you want to be careful. 1:30 is another objective. And I'm just curious because I thought they'd sell down at like 2 p.m. or something around there. Kind of like they did yesterday, just sell it off real good and then just buy it back. Because you still have non-farm payroll that's coming up. And I'll go over that in my stream tonight. I'll probably stream for a couple hours, not too long, because I'm streaming now. I don't want to overstream it. That puppy's crazy. Time now is 12:23. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. the heck? Hold on one sec. See the 1230 pullback? It's not deep though, is it? It's just a little one. See how far it goes. Anyway. I have several different people on several different channels. Except for X. Not doing X right now. Do X later tonight. And you're more than welcome to come by and join me. It's free. I do plan to do some subscriber stuff for Rumble and for Kick and all that other stuff where I can just do it exclusive for that, you know? Where do you see this? Why do you see this? That sort of thing. And just be exclusive for a little bit with them too. Oh, that's interesting. Why is that not moving? My computer's kind of froze. Hold on. Why is my computer froze? Everything's froze. That's weird. That is odd. Okay. Why did it do all that noise? I don't know. Alright. I'm going to pull back before 1 o'clock. That would be nice. Not a deep one. What are the probabilities? You know? Who's X? Because X was glitching. That's why we're not on X right now. Because they glitched a little bit. Talking into the ether. I hope those that are listening or watching at least are enjoying, paying attention. Let's see, trying to look at some analytics here. I do see some people. Again, not going to trade until between 1 and 1:30 depending. I'm not really sure if Rumble wants me to show my face or not. Then I have to go get a cam. Oh, that's always nice. He's in his parents' basement. And he's 50 years old. No, I'm not. Quite the opposite. Be like he's in somebody's basement. Yeah. Ah, man, I gotta figure out something to do with some nice audio, you know? Trust me, some of these streamers, some of these streamers actually make more money influencing than they actually do trading. I'd rather trade, to be honest with you. It's less of a it's less of a it's less of a risk when you look backwards, look forward type things. Can't find it. Go into Rumble Studios. All right, there. See how we pulling back a little bit? That's what I want to see. Maybe a retest here. Then up. On that 1 minute, do you have that little bearish order flow? People are like, it's 12:30. It's time to go down. Not necessarily. It's higher probability you might get some, but I want to see them cover, and then I want to see a rally up and the masses, and then you'll get institutional order flow. That's what would actually, if you get the institutional order flow, oh man, that's what causes massive rips like yesterday, dips and rips. We still got big earnings tonight, which is, I'm wondering if they're going to try to push it down so they could do the same thing that they did yesterday. Push it down and just buy it all back up. But see, they also have non-farm payroll tomorrow too, so which is a biggie. We already made it through and we lived through FOMC, right? Which was actually not that bad. They just sold the presser. I knew at some point they were going to sell. Sometimes it's before the presser. Sometimes that man says good afternoon and it's like straight down. Then other times it's like let's wait until you ask questions. But usually you'll get a recovery after the questions are over and he walks out. And a lot of traders did get in on that after he walks out, but that's not the bottom we look for. Uh, it's more precise than that actually. It's more precise than saying, okay, the pressure's over. It's at what point would it tag? Now, there's a few places down here we can look. Since I'm not in the trade right now, this is 5 minutes. I'd have to go down to the 1 minute or 30-second. And like I said, there are people that live by the 30-second to enter and exit. That is too much for me. I might as well just read this right here. And yes, you can read that up there at the ticker. That takes some skill to watch. See how he's underbidding, then he goes above. Underbids, then goes above. That's on the ask. And you could do that, but geez, that turns you into a zombie. It really does. Okay, we're back here. Remember when I said back here? I wanted to see that retest. Then I want to see if we go back up from there. Doesn't look like we're filling, but we went into here. See, that's why I said that's not that gray line. That's not a real support and resistance. This mean is in here. Which means that this doesn't necessarily have to go back in it. We'll see if she touches again. Let's see, everybody saw that same entrance. Well, they're using this, yes. They're also using that as a, if it starts to go down, that'll be the, but it won't go down that far, would it? It won't go down that far. That far. Between those wicks. And that wick, some people go by the theory that that would go down at eventually. Doesn't have to go down right this second. If you know so much, why didn't you get in? Because if you keep getting in and out, for me at least, clouds my judgment. But I know how to un-F myself, if that makes sense. And that's how I'd un-F myself. Right there. That's what we're talking about. Do you know how many people would get in here? Or get in here? That adds to the FOMO, doesn't it? Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Just talking into the ether. And I do appreciate y'all listening. There you go. Back test it one more time. If it wants to. Does it want to? Huh. I'm going to cut this on mute real quick. But even that right there, even if you got in here, right here, that line, where everybody else got in, to there, that's 20, right? That's Scalper's Paradise, baby. You don't have to have it break 600. You done made some. But it happens so fast that you have to do some, hey, 5, 6 maybe, or something like that. That's how fast it happens. See where everybody who's short at 601, they got took out by like maybe 2 contracts, maybe 1. And what does that cause? That causes a lot of people to look at it. Oh, wait. But they're still using that as support. I would not use that as support. But hey, look. 20 handles, 25 handles. You can't argue with that, right? Why didn't you get in? Because I'd have been like the 20th freaking trade, and I don't do that, and I stick to my rules. But you just said that an hour ago. I know I said that an hour ago, and I don't really care. I made my money and made it back. So anyway, I am going to mute this again. It's not 1 o'clock yet, so I'm still not in any trades. That was a good pop, though, wasn't it? 25 points, 30 points. Might go a lot lower now, since you just want to break that. Well, maybe not a lot lower, but you know what I mean. 25 points, just that. But all you see is this, right? All you see is that red candle. You didn't see this. 25, 30. All you saw was that. So what happens is eventually, no matter how far it goes down, people are going to overtrade it, right? People are going to be like, oh, I got to get in on this next leg down, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be harder unless some bad news comes up, but I don't know. Cheers tomorrow. Don't know. Maybe. Maybe. There's always going to be some pops and drops. You don't have to get them all. Let's see. Oh, I got an email I got to read. Kids are getting homeschooled.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'll be right back. I got to make a phone call. We're coming to the top of the hour. It's 12:56. And finally broke that. I told you that wasn't a support or resistance, but just that alone in NASDAQ was nice. You're not trying to be in it forever. What you do is you do this. If you get in anywhere up here, this candle right here, off that bounce, put your stop back in it. Could have got stopped out here, but there was a little tiny stop run. And then it what? Stopped those guys out. Through liquidity, came down here. There's plenty of different ways to make trades, but that's the fast trade. And everybody's like, oh no, that's a fast trade. That's why I'm still in it. Blah, blah, blah. No, if you're liquid, you don't have to worry about it. You cut your losses really, really quick. For whatever reason, I was averaging in when I shouldn't have averaged in up here. Trying to go long, trying to go for that. That's all I wanted. But that's all it needed, wasn't it? That retest and that retest. I'm just going back over my trades. It's better to go back over your trades after you're done too. And journal, you know? Do a little journal there. Do a little journal here. Then I had to make a phone call too. Get my kids homeschooled. That's going to be fun. Fun times, fun times. So we're still waiting on that hour. Don't have to jump into anything. I'm just trying to prevent getting cut up, you know? Trying to look at my stats here. It's not showing me my kick people, but I saw some people in chat and kick. And it showed me a couple people over in Twitch. Didn't want to see that rejection, but that's okay. So what did it go for? You can measure it by the wick. And I don't see it. I'm sorry. And see, if you don't see it, you don't have to trade it, especially if the time does not align with your trade. And this is a time where I just play the freaking AI music. Tell y'all about all the earnings and everything else that's going to come out after the bell and non-farm payroll, and all that good stuff. So we could trade tonight. We could probably trade into tomorrow. Midnight will be interesting because the tariffs come into effect. So right before payroll, non-farm payroll. So tomorrow, actually tonight, should be real busy. We'll go in and we'll make some trades. But think of shorting a low as sort of buying a top of whatever, the hour, the daily. You know, you got to wait on time for that too. Because if you don't, you're risking way, way more than you should. And I guarantee you, there weren't that many people that were short at that top last night. Not many. You might have had some people that averaged in a short. It's got to be here somewhere. God, that is pain trade and a bad way to think. If you're averaging in up here, this short down here, that was classic bear trap, big bear trap, bar trap. And that's the 1 minute, by the way. It's not the longer time frame. Probably recovering right there. Probably went long right there. But at some point, I don't really see too many people adding to a short. Because they'd have got stopped out here. Definitely here. The real short isn't an exact top, by the way. The real short? I'll tell you where the real short was. Alright, what's this? Well, I'll tell you exactly where it was. See, my problem is I shorted here, okay? And that candle, pretty much that whole candle. But I went here and it bounced. I got all happy right here because of this right here. And it trapped me, trapped me, trapped me, trapped me, trapped me, trapped me, trapped me. Forced me out, forced me to take a short. Got out here. Then went back up here. Touched that and got went back down. See that? We talked about that too, didn't we? That resistance. That's the real resistance, not that. And that was what, 25 points? 25 handles? We talked about that. 102. Time for expansion. See this marker right here? Still relative. Still relative. Remember, we got big boy earnings too. We got all kinds of stuff tonight. Oh man, that would have been a good place to short right there. I've done that before. See this over here? See this, and it break, and it comes down. In other market conditions, I would have said that was a good short, but that. All right. We are going to cut off the stream. Do appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, thank you. And we will be back. All right, let me end this stream, and we'll be back after the bell.